Kira Lewis Jr. is someone I've slept on for too long. Watching him early in the season was at times frustrating, as he was prone to sloppy turnovers and mistakes. However, when looking at his play at the end of the season and fully analyzing his strengths, it's clear that Kira is one of the best guards in this class. Going to start out with a play on the defensive end. Kira gets a poke, makes a steal, and it leads to an easy transition bucket. He averages 1.8 steals per game, which is absolutely fantastic. Kira is a blur in the open court, and he loves pushing the pace and getting these easy transition buckets. So on this play, we're going to get John Petty faking a screen. Georgia's defense clearly very confused by this, and Kira takes advantage of it, blows by the defense, and goes straight to the rim. He's great at taking advantage of mismatches. Here he has the forward Kamara on him. Drives baseline, puts in a nice little layup there. Here's a not so great play on the defensive end. Sahvir Wheeler gains an advantage here. Here's Kira. Just kind of gets caught ball watching here and forces the big to make this longer rotation where he probably has a better angle to make a play. Georgia's obviously worrying about Kira's speed on this play. Alabama sets the ball screen, and the defender goes under, daring him to take this pull-up three rather than driving. And take the pull-up three he does, and he sinks it, making Georgia pay for it. It is really, really hard to defend him when he's hitting this shot. Here's a look at some pick and roll defense. Georgia's going to set up a screen. And he's going to fight through it. He's chasing from behind, but he ends up recovering and making this block. Unbelievable block. However, he does not get back in to the play, and his man ends up hitting this open three. Pretty lazy closeout, but I mean, that block is just absolutely incredible. So last time, Georgia went under the screen, and it allowed Kira to hit an open three-point jumper. This time, they're going to try to go over it, and this defender is going to kind of cut off his driving angle, and it's going to open up an easy pocket pass. Great play, makes the right read. This is similar to the defensive clip I showed earlier, where he makes a deflection, ends up on the ground, but Georgia gets the ball back and he doesn't end up finishing this play on the defensive end as his man drives right by him. And another ball screen clip. They're going to set up the screen at the top of the key. Edwards is going to try to fight through it. Georgia has plenty of help defenders down here, so if he's going to make this pass to the big, it has to be right on time for him to get an easy look. Great timing, and that's a really nice finish by Davis. So more stuff working with the high screen. This one's a little bit of a moving pick. So Edwards doesn't really have a chance to go over it. Still is able to hit this pull-up three-pointer. Gets a nice bounce. So it's another high ball screen play. This time we have Alex Reese setting the screen. Defender goes over, and he does a great job recognizing that there's no help defense, so he just takes it straight to the rim. So on this one, resets the screen, not a particularly hard screen, so he can slip out. The defender goes over it, and Hammonds drops, which leaves Reese wide open here on the perimeter. Lewis recognizes it, makes the pass. Petty cleans up down there, which is nice. Take note of the extra dribble that he makes here to draw the defenders in. Just a really high IQ play here. This is almost identical to the last one. Resets the screen up top. The defender tries to go over it. And Hammonds is going to drop. Reese is going to pop out. And this time he's going to hit it. Lewis has handled every defense that Georgia has thrown at him beautifully. Nothing that Georgia has done has worked so far, so they're just going to straight up switch on this one. So they're going to have a big man on Lewis. And look at Coach over here yelling at Reese to get to the corner. Obvious mismatch here, and Lewis just goes right in and gets the easy bucket. So Georgia's going to attempt to defend this one with a hedge. So look at Hammonds, he's going to hedge. Reese is going to come out to the perimeter. But the problem is, Lewis has already gotten around this first defender. So Hammonds is on roller skates. I mean, they just absolutely cannot defend him. So this one, they're just going to switch again. And Lewis is ready to drive, but this defender's going to help, recognizes it perfectly, and Shackelford drives inside. Notice how after making the pass, he goes back out to the perimeter to draw his defender out and make it an easier drive for Shackelford. So 4-point game, 2 minutes left, and Lewis gets caught ball watching. This defender goes by him, and as a result, Georgia gets the rebound and gets an and one to put them back in the game. So this game ends up going to overtime, and I don't even know what Georgia is doing at this point. They have Kamara set up on Lewis. I'm assuming they're anticipating the screen from Reese, and then Edwards would switch on to Kyra. He just takes advantage of it, drives straight to the rim. This is pretty much the opposite of the ball watching clip I showed earlier. He's going to come out and make sure that his man doesn't get the rebound, gets in a better position, one-handed rebound, gets fouled, and Alabama ends up winning this game off of their free throws. Lewis finished this game with 37 points and 7 assists. He absolutely tore apart every defense that Georgia threw at him. This was easily one of the best offensive performances I watched from any prospect this season.